Now ding. Ding.
We don't have a flag, so we'll face towards the fire station. There's probably a flag there.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let us pray. Well, Lord, we're so grateful that there were no injuries or deaths because of the storm, except for one utility worker last night, and we ask you to be with his family. Bless all those who had damaged homes. Bring comfort to them and bring help to them that they get their homes repaired as quickly as possible. Thank you for Rotary, and help us do those things that you would want us to do. All these things we ask in Christ's name. Amen.
Amen. This is a landmark day. This is a landmark day, and we want to be sure we get this recorded. There are no fines today, and our Sergeant at Arms has said, nothing, just move on to business. That's right. We'll never hear this again. No, enjoy the day. Remember this day.
He's never been speechless.
All right. I don't know of anything that we need to cover other than the dance. Is that correct?
Just a couple of one little thing about some of our members. 2 people going through surgery. Jenny White will have knee surgery a week from today.
Right.
She has gone out of town. Her grandmother died. She's going to the funeral. Michelle has had surgery, and in talking to Jenny, I met with her a few days ago. She's telling, she keeps in touch with Rochelle. She's gone over. Rochelle lives by herself, and she's recovering from surgery. And in an email to Jenny that Rochelle doesn't know I have, she said where she lives, and she said, stop by anytime. Company would be super welcome. I will be alone, and she'll be alone the rest of this week, today, tomorrow, and Friday. And then starting on November 11th. So she is alone. Phone calls, emails, stop by, bring food, whatever. I think it would be a nice gesture of service above self to try to help one of our own. It's easy to forget when they're gone and recovering from surgery and stuff. So just please keep Michelle in your thoughts. Okay. The rest of I have to dance stuff.
Okay. Anything else other than dance before we go?
Rotary Leadership Institute. We missed it because Tuesday night we were busy, so we need to look at when those will be offered, and we need to get at least a couple officers candidates to go to attend that.
This is a district
This is
conference.
Well, it's actually zoning,
So,
zone district combination.
yeah, so keep us in touch.
We'll get that out.
Remember the date of the foundation banquet this coming?
Foundation banquet is
November 4th?
4th.
Yeah, and it's in Asheville.
It's at the Renaissance Hotel in Asheville.
I'm planning on going.
Foundation banquet. And the theme for the banquet is African safari. I'm going to go in full demo.
It's a nameless cafe.
Wait, why don't you choose that? Oh, I could.
Get a lion.
Yes.
Drape yourself, take it around.
I'm a Rotarian coming as a lion.
No. Is anybody dressing up for this thing?
Well, my wife has purchased me a costume that we're having a little battle over. Whether I'm wear it or not, because she's not planning on wearing anything. And that doesn't work that way.
I got a pair of rollerblades. I'm gonna go naked and let the kids pull toys.
Oh, what do you pull it with?
Cutting. It's more down culture to get.
You're right, a short rope.
Candy, you and your wife dressing up this year?
We're probably just gonna take off the old steampunk thing again because we just don't have time to come up with something. Yeah.
I'm gonna be.
All right.
This is me.
Yes.
Hello,
Okay, Kenny, this is nice.
Yes.
Very well done.
Yes, thank you, Kenny, for all this you've
So
done.
you see, you the address and phone number on Century 21.
I'll send it again. Thank you. I know, the reason why I did that is to remind me to say something. I didn't expect to do anything about that. I just,
One more ticket.
I thought,
One more ticket.
I could get his name and number,
Oh,
that'd be awesome. If that's not a big
You
deal.
go, there's
I'll
no,
do it today.
Radius complaining
as
about
soon as you
this.
I'm gonna find, as soon as I'm done here, I'll
No,
I'm sending it to Laguna's Printing at whatever I send the invoice to.
If I get a total,
Thank you.
Yeah, you can tell her right now.
Yeah.
Good job.
and we do have a lot of tickets left, right? I have some people that don't know if they're gonna go on Saturday, if they can buy tickets at the door.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do that this year.
Okay.
Has anybody heard from Steve Hunt?
No.
I was hoping he'd make it so we could talk about Rotary.
Yeah, and I was hoping he'd be here because that's an issue with the caterer. So the caterer, John Duke, says we don't need help on the buffet except for one or two folks to clean up because his words were, let him eat all the way through. It's a buffet line.
Yeah, I would still like for it to be served on the line, just because, not to try to control portions or anything, that doesn't hurt. But I think it's a little classier if there are people on the line saying, oh, no, okay, yeah, you want some potatoes? Okay.
I agree.
It's just there already.
Yeah,
Just the road has some
yeah, he's
change.
just setting up a dual line where people can get through really quick. You go down one side of the table or the other side of the table, and he's got 2 meats on his menu. He's got,
What do we have?
we're having barbecue and what was the other
Some
one?
kind of mango glazed chicken.
You know, the road rack,
Chicken.
if there are 2 lines going, and you don't,
Let's let Rick talk, please.
if there are 2 lines going and you don't need the road rack servers, and Steve is working hard to get road rack involved, we can find other things for them to do. They can go around table to table, can I help you, need a drink, whatever, and just sort of,
And clean up as the dance goes on.
Somebody's gonna
there's a
need,
lot for them to do if they want to help.
yeah, and I think we should absolutely provide some opportunities for them. Somebody's gonna need to be loading that buffet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Somebody's gonna need to be a point person, because the stuff's gonna be in warm boxes, I assume. And I'm gonna try and get over to John's place today, try and get a better handle. I'm gonna help with the delivery and the setup and make sure that everything's, because he's not bringing it, he has other events going on there. I'm gonna take his employee Ruben with me, and he's gonna help set up. But we might need a couple of Rotarians to help when we actually deliver. You know what I mean?
What does that mean?
And I would like to leave John's place at 5. We're serving at 7 o'clock. I want to make sure.
6:30.
Yeah.
Yeah, 7 and 9 is the buffet.
Well, we decided last
Is it
meeting to
6:30?
start opening up at
Well, then I want
6:30.
to leave John's place at 4:30.
Okay, do that.
Okay, well, listen, since I can't come that night, then I'll try and come and help with that.
Like what, maybe 4:30? Meeting and market on Main, that would be very helpful.
So you need
Well,
one more,
otherwise,
you
I'm
need
saying-
one more Rotary?
Yeah, if I can get one more Rotary, market for it, 4:30, that would help us get everything loaded and strapped in, and help me dot the i's. So, back to the road.
I'm gonna get you a receipt.
Please,
I've got, thank you. I have just a, thank you. Once more, with my hands in the air, it means I need to talk. I watched our meeting online, and I realized that when we have a club assembly, it's total chaos. I'm going to attempt to bring a slightly bit more order to the chaos today, because we're under the gun. So I'm going to try to hold us down to one conversation at a time. So Austin has asked for people at 4:30, and I've heard 3 people now, Donald Hicks, Robert, and Gavin, say they'd be there.
Awesome.
And we probably, there's a chance we'll have Rotaracs there with you, but we don't know. We fully expect Rotaracs to be at the dance to help serve. And that may be
I think it's very important that there's a lot of attention paid to the buffet, especially if you're not gonna leave people on it.
Yes, yeah.
And there's a portion where I'm not gonna be there to man it.
That could be their role.
That's why I think, I think it'd take 2 or 3 of them just to do that.
And Starkey says,
Are you going to have one table and serving from both sides, or are you going to, since you're going to have people in road rack serving, are you going to split so that there's somebody that's going to be in the middle serving?
No, if there's one long table, to split it on both sides. The road rack won't be serving.
Well, there won't be any room to serve when people are coming through taking stuff.
I mean, it's one long table, you serve yourself.
Yeah, I know, but he's going to talk about serving.
No, they'd be there to help and replenish the food and stuff like that.
With suggestions.
yeah, if,
Hands
up.
I know,
So if we're not gonna serve people as they come through, we've said that the Rotaract folks could help in other ways.
Right.
And they certainly can be at the serving line to greet folks. Say, good evening, go down either side, there's 2 meats, help yourself.
Here's your parts and knives.
Yeah, so that answer any questions.
We want to have a little bit available for portering, because somebody might get an overfull plate and want to drink and can't have 2 hands.
Help people to their tables. Okay, so we've got a good use for the Rotaract people, and we'll have some sort of welcoming, greeting kind of thing going on.
You're going to be selling tickets at the top of the stairs again?
My wife and I will be selling 50/50 tickets at the top of the stairs, and I'll talk about that in a second. Is there anything else we can talk about on food?
Yeah, we do need a few folks there to set up, because all John is doing for us is providing the food. I think the last conversation that I had with Austin, that he had with John, was John was going to come back and get.
He's coming to tear it down.
He's coming to tear it down, but we have to set it up, which means, I don't know how he's going to deliver
If
us.
I've got these 3 right here, we're good.
Right.
Okay.
Austin and the gang of 3.
Even with the Rotaracts, even if they don't show up early, with these 3 right here.
Okay, you're good.
They're going to meet at Market on Main at 4:30, start bringing food
All
over.
right, so we need coolers with ice and filled with water, and because we ran out of water last year.
Oh, yeah, yeah, bottled water, right?
Yeah, bottled water was gone.
Yeah, that's huge with the
We may
dams.
have to, if that's not part of the agreement, we may have to spring for that, but that's what, $4 per case of 24,
So do we need to buy bottled water and bring it to you then?
Absolutely.
How many bottles of water do we
We
need?
ran out last year.
Yeah, we ran out pretty quick.
He'll bring tea. There'll be tea.
Okay, how many people you think?
So we need a couple of 100 bottles of water.
300 people?
No, at least 300, 400.
Yeah, some people are
Three
busy.
double, I'd say 500, at least 500 bottles of water.
500
5 to
bottles,
6.
500 bottles of water.
Walmart's the best place to get that.
If everybody agree on that, either Sam's or Walmart probably.
Can
I've got a Sam's.
Can someone make that run?
I can do that. 500 bottles of water.
We'll just keep, we'll have one of the road rack people just keep filling it so it's cold on ice.
Now, will the facility provide us ice and a way to chill those?
No, we're gonna chill them. I'll bring them with me.
Yeah, we'll have a cooler filled with ice.
Okay.
I have 2 big white coolers.
They ain't that big.
They're pretty big.
I used one of those. You can put a body in
Yeah,
it.
you can put it on there. I'll get those to you.
So
You just bring the water to me.
bring the water to the soup kitchen?
Yes.
Sometime before Saturday. Friday.
Sometime Friday.
Friday, I'll bring 500 bottles of water to the soup kitchen just together.
Is bottled water the best way to go? You know, just get a big thing like that and have ice-filled cups.
We can.
More indulgent for you.
Then you wind up with a mop all over the floor and
Well, and then people have to replenish that too. If you have the bottles all iced, they can pick it up and go back to the dance floor. I don't know. We're having the tea that way, so I get your point. You're saving the environment, that's for sure. But
Let me just think about this. How many people are going to be there? 250, 300?
yeah, well, I've still got, if the count is right, I've got 76 tickets in my hand that have not been sold.
So let's say 250, everybody's at least going to have 2 bottles of water typically. I don't know if 500 is going to be enough. I think we ran out.
Well, you got tea to start off with, so.
Yeah.
And you got water drinks.
I mean, any extra water, I'm sure people, I'd buy a case off you because we drink one.
600 bottles of water.
Yeah, perfect, and 620.
And I would recommend we just, any water left over goes to the soup kitchen.
Sweet.
Okay. All right, so, once again, 4:30, the gang of three meets up. They work with Austin to get the food over there. I'm delivering water Friday to the soup kitchen, 600 bottles. Now, is there more to talk about food?
No, Phil, will you need help with that?
No, I'll be fine. Okay, so, the night of the event, in addition to the whole dance thing, which is obviously the main focus, we have two other ancillary things going on that I can think of. The 50-50 and the silent auction / raffle for the rifle.
And 2 chairs that have been on auction for about 60 days now.
They're going to be silent auction.
Yes, correct. We won't just sit with you guys.
That's fine.
You can buy the 50-50 or place a bid on the chairs. I think one of the chairs is up to $150 already, $150. So
And do we have, shall I make bid sheets for those?
that'd be great.
Okay, you and I need to talk later.
We may. I thought about putting him on the stage and let our DJ see if he can get some bids out of people. Just put him on stage. The stage is a little bit bigger than they require, so I thought maybe in the corner, just put him up on stage and let.
I think it's a good idea, because some people just pass it, come in, and not even think any more about it.
All right, so
Yeah.
you and I get together for the bid sheets
Okay.
for the silent auction. And we'll probably close the bidding at one of the intermissions.
Second set,
Yeah.
that type of thing.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, and 50-50 will go on just like it always does, and, you know,
Okay.
we'll walk through and sell tickets, whatever we gotta do.
Again, we've got some folks that are coming from 150, 200 miles away, and I thought maybe if we could get most of the club there by 6:15, that'd be great. We always have people that just want to be early.
What time do you need everybody?
6:15?
6:15 would be great, yeah.
Now, if you have anyone.
Speak up. Speak up. Go ahead.
Okay, a question I'll be down on ticket sales. Last year, Jim and I know was there, and there were tickets being held for so-and-so, someone was to pay for it, it got confusing. So if you know that your guests are coming and the ticket's already purchased, or if there's an envelope to give it to them, we need to know, because it really was confusing last year. So let us know if you have someone coming and we're holding the tickets for them.
Bob, I added decorating and setup on there.
9 o'clock Saturday morning.
Yeah, we both
Okay.
put a name.
I've got to meet.
9 o'clock?
Yeah. I've got to meet the stage people on Friday to set up the stage. I think what we're going to do is recenter the stage this year to the center of the long window on the dance floor. You know, let everybody bounce back around. People say, I can't see the band. You know, it didn't sound right because it was bouncing off the wrong wall, so we'll see if that works.
Well, maybe have a little bit more room
Yeah.
this time than last time.
We will, like I said, I've still got 75 tickets, which puts us at about, at best,
2 1/4.
2 1/4 in the room. I'll probably sell another 25 tickets by Saturday morning at least.
But you're gonna give me the tickets that haven't been sold, so we have them.
Correct. Correct.
Are you going to have the whole raffle?
Yes. Yeah, we'll, so Bobby and my wife and I will be selling 50-50 and raffle tickets.
And silent auction.
And we'll have we'll work out the details. We'll be responsible for the silent auction. I'm not quite sure where the sheets will be. If the chair's gonna be on the stage, you and I'll talk about that. That's a small detail the club doesn't need to worry about. All right, so now, everybody needs to be there. If you're gonna be there that evening, you need to be there at 6:15 to help. Glenn?
Question, are we doing the costume contest, or on there to have cash on
Sure.
hand? Last year, we did a first, second, third place, right? Right, did we?
I think we did first, second, third place 2 years ago, and just first place last
Well,
year.
that's, which one do you?
One overall winner last year.
Do we pay, or we do that, and be which one, so I'll make sure I'm finding whoever to give money, whatever, so.
It doesn't really matter. We can, I mean, there's more hype if we do a first, second, and third.
It doesn't matter to me.
Rick had everybody going pretty good.
And I don't think you need to give,
I think it's a better idea.
the money's not important, I think people winning
Yeah,
is
I
important.
think the money's not that important. I
Yeah.
think it's just the fact that you won.
Sure, exactly.
But we will offer a cash prize for first, second, and third.
Okay.
Is that, so that's why, I just need to make sure I've got.
What was it a total of, Rick? Was it a total of $100 one year, or was it half of it, 50,
More than
50?
that.
We did,
More than that.
we did 150, 25, I think, one
Yeah,
year.
150, 25?
Yeah, I don't know whether we need to do
I
that.
forget to be honest with you, I forget last year.
I can go back and look,
But
but,
I remember the 100 and the 50 and 25.
yeah, I know we did that one year, I just don't
Yeah,
remember.
but last year I just don't, to be honest with you, I don't remember.
I can look.
I know.
You know, you could, instead of the 100,
Yeah,
instead of the 100, you could give out 4 tickets to our upcoming dance for St. Patrick's Day. That costs you less.
Yeah,
Well, we could do 4 tickets for first, 2 tickets for second, and $10 for third, $20 for
Or
third.
do people, you think people want cash? Cash.
Well, the cash also,
Go to
a
the
lot
bar.
of them give it back.
That's true.
How about something like 50, 30, 20 for first, second, and third?
that's
We want to try to save a little bit of money.
Okay.
50, 30, and 20.
yeah, I think we need to be cognizant of the fact that we're not bringing in as much money as we have in the past. We need to be careful how much we
50,
look.
30, 20.
50, 30, 20, first, second, and third.
Okay.
See me afterwards and we'll talk about cash that I'll need for the 50-50.
Right, and that's what I'm trying to figure out how much I need.
You'll have checks on hand that night, right?
Check, oh, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
Square for the front.
Sure.
Yeah, people want to do
Are
it.
you gonna bring some cash because people?
Yes, yes, that's what I'm trying to determine. I don't want a lot, but I want to try to enough to play from.
Sell the tickets and all.
Exactly, to be able to give the
Okay,
changes.
gang of 3 at 4:30, working with Austin for the food, 6:15 for the rest of us being there to help make sure we're ready to greet. Bobby and I will be there to sell stuff.
I'll set your buffet tables up according to what Austin tells me how it's gonna go, according to what maybe John wants.
That'll
His
be-
food set up, and I'll have all that ready so you guys can just place it.
And then you're doing that in the 9 o'clock decorating and setup, and you've got some other people to help
I
with that.
do.
That's Saturday.
And do you need help? You need help Friday with the stage.
No, because I just need to tell them where it goes.
You can be there by yourself.
I think so.
Bob, Ben and I and Michael have done the table downstairs, entry table. You want us to count on that again? Ticket table.
You talk, oh, okay, no, Wayne's got that,
We need to
and,
set up the table, that's all.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about the work the table.
oh, set them up, you
Set
mean?
them up.
No, work the table downstairs.
Sit down.
Sit there and sell.
Picking up tickets and selling tickets.
Yeah, I'm down there on that.
Wayne and G are
Okay,
down
Ben and
there.
I'll be,
Okay,
we'll do that.
I'll be down there selling raffle rifle tickets too.
okay.
G will have the, paper outlets.
Did you hear that?
Yes. Okay, let's make sure we all heard that. Kenny's gonna be downstairs taking care of the raffle tickets for the rifle.
So all you gotta worry about half and half.
All I've got to worry about is 50-50 and monitoring the silent auction stuff. So Kenny, you'll probably want some cash. You guys need to get together so that G knows how much cash you want to have and what denominations.
So this need change.
Yeah, it's for you to make changes, right? Same with me at 50-50. Okay.
I don't know what time the band's gonna get there, because if they're doing another gig that
Do we
day,
have security?
they're doing the Lexington Barbecue Festival.
Is that right?
They got some road to hoe before they get to us. They probably will set up
Where's
at
that?
5:30.
How far away is that? Somebody roll?
Lexington's a little over an hour.
Okay, so there's been a question about security.
Yep.
So
And
did we arrange for the police?
we did.
Okay.
We
And
did.
the fire?
Yeah, Captain's Vidal Syke is gonna be on hand with us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fire.
Hopefully the fire alarm won't go off again.
Hey, Rotary doesn't have a good track record right now. We had that cart banquet out there at Grace Ridge.
Yep.
We overfilled the room. The elevator got stuck and the firemen had to come to get them out. The guy says, I gave you a pass on this. I didn't know you were gonna invite the crew to embarrass me.
I still have to buy the event insurance, which I'll do today or tomorrow.
Okay.
And that's it, I think, as far as details. The last detail that I have to talk about is the cleanup.
Right.
And asked Austin if he wouldn't mind bringing some trash cans. Make sure you get that.
Sure. Yes.
And if we have the Rotoracks as well, they can.
I don't know how.
No, they won't stay that late.
We don't need to ask them to stay.
Yeah, we have the plastic tablecloths, you just roll them up and toss them.
Yeah.
Raise your hand if you're gonna stay to clean up.
We got
2, 3,
good names.
we got enough people to stay and help clean up. It's late. I want you to know when you raise your hand, it's late.
And it's a long walk to the trash.
And it's a long wash.
Yeah, it's to get to the.
We're gonna have something that rolls.
You're gonna have some.
We'll have some rollers.
Make sure that anything you bring in the way of trash or septic are clearly marked.
I will.
Because there was some confusion one time about who's what.
Yeah.
And the bags,
Bill.
Yeah, I'll bring the bags to you.
thick ones, because we have a lot of leakage on those bags throughout the years.
My advice is, and this is, I give it to all my staff, you take the can to the can. You
Yeah.
don't take the bag to the can, you take the whole can, no matter what, whether you've got thick ones or thin ones, that better safe than sorry. And don't carry them, don't be a hero, they got 2 handles for a reason, not for both your hands.
And now-
One yours and one somebody
And
else.
now for a quick announcement from the, whoop,
He's going.
he's gone, Jimmy's gone. Well, I guess he just wanted to say hi.
It was quick.
Yeah. Okay, Gavin.
Although we always help with the cleanup and so on, I think remember that in fact it's the responsibility of the staff.
Jimmy, did you need to say anything?
I missed something.
Our Rotary Club's meeting here because the power's out in LR.
Okay. Is it not officially the responsibility of the venue to clean up?
No.
No.
Well, let me say,
Trying to establish that.
if I might address that, because we pay, Moret's Meals their total fee, then what has been happening is because we do such a good job, they've been giving money back for whatever retainer.
I don't understand how that's happening.
But they've been paying, and I'm sorry, I don't have the amount right away, but they sent me a refund check for the cleaning fee, so if we don't, then they will.
That's a good
So I wanted to address that.
We're getting the bill for nothing, we get it for $1,500
They give
for
it
the
back.
night, provided we don't use the kitchen. And then they send him back a check for $250.
It was $250, I think. For a cleaning.
I said, it's worth it, Wayne, stay there.
I didn't know that, you know, I just take the check and deposit it.
I was suggesting we didn't help.
Sure.
Know who was
And then we always help the bar people put the glasses back in the kitchen.
But they do the beer bottles or whatever, are there beer bottles?
Yeah, the glassware on the tables, we always take back into the kitchen.
Oh,
and then
they wash your flask.
We're usually out of there by 12:30 if we hustle.
Now, for Saturday morning, the people that volunteer to go to the soup kitchen,
Oh, we're not there.
No more Saturday morning at the soup kitchen. So let me,
You ever seen a flask?
we're amazingly having enough time for this, so let me say it all again. Friday, Bob's gonna meet the stage people. I still think somebody should be along with me in case, you know, a Jaguar comes in with a blown engine, which is, or Lucas Electric trouble.
Yeah.
So Bob's gonna meet the stage people Friday. That's the only thing that's happening Friday, I think. Saturday morning at 9 o'clock, those of you who volunteered to help set up are gonna meet with Bob at the mill to set up. Saturday at 4:30, those of you who decided to help Austin with the food are gonna meet at Market on Main to bring the food over and get that set up. Steve, we'll get a hold of Steve to make sure Steve knows we still need Rotaract. Even if they don't fill plates, we need Rotaract there to greet people at the buffet line, answer any questions, help people to their table, and provide some drink support, at least during the dinner part of the meal.
I think they should be there at 6:15, 6:30.
Okay,
If
6:15.
they're gonna serve at 6:30, I wanna tell them what to do before we start.
Yeah.
Or
This is
6.
either, even 6.
These
Or
are-
tell them to Rotary.
These are college students.
Yeah, 6 o'clock.
We better tell
They'll
them
be there at
6.
6:15.
That's right. Okay, 6 o'clock, we want the Rotaract there to help with that. And then we clean up after the last, when it's done, we clean up. And we expect to be there until midnight 30, 1 o'clock, something like
1
that.
o'clock for ladies. It's the latest we've ever got down there.
That's what with the.
We've got the police there. G's gonna have more information from those of us that need cash. Bobby and I are selling 50/50. We're monitoring we're also responsible for the silent auction, the The chairs may be up on the stage, we'll work on that. I'm gonna take care of bid sheets for the silent auction with Bob. I'm gonna get 600 bottles of water delivered to the soup kitchen on Friday.
Who's announcing?
No,
He won't be out.
I'm
I'm gonna ask, unless somebody from the club wants to step up and do that, I was just gonna ask our DJ Eric if he would handle that and give him just some notes to go by throughout the night, thanking our sponsors and a few other.
When you're done,
Yeah, go ahead.
how much do I need to write his check for? Because I always have a hard time tracking that down there. 300, okay.
Okay.
Gotcha.
I think that's the best thing to do.
Just let Eric do it, okay? And then, by the way, going forward to the March dance, Johnny B will be back with us. So he called me and said, why aren't you using me anymore? I said, because you got the big head. Ever since you got the CMA award, you got the big head. So he said, I'd like to come back to Henry, so we'll go forward. He's
Bill,
going
Bill wants to know about going forward after the entry point. Are you gonna?
Okay, so, that's right, Kenny's gonna be downstairs handling
I'll have a
the
display of it.
the rifle auction.
Actual weapons, display.
I'm talking about doing anything.
And during the dance, do you want to?
I'm gonna stay in there,
tickets?
probably, I'll stay there until it slows down when nobody's coming in.
Okay,
And then they can make an announcement, if anybody wants to buy a rifle raffle ticket.
Hold a hand up when you find them.
Last chance, pass through.
and so then during the dance, there are things that we have to take care of before the dance ends are the contest for the costumes. We need a committee. Let's just stop right there. We need a committee that's going to judge the costume.
Just get a couple of the wives, let them judge throughout the night. Yeah.
Then you can call them up, all three of them up there and say first, second, third.
Yeah.
Okay, who's going to be responsible for getting the wives together to?
Why don't you let Mark do
Maybe
that?
done it in the past.
Why don't you let
You
Mark
are now
do
in
that?
charge
Okay.
of the costume
Okay.
judging. And then that's going to get announced during one of the breaks.
Probably about the 9:30, first break, maybe.
First break? Sure.
Yeah, we might as well spread it around. Then there's going to be an announcement for the rifle at a break. And maybe at that one we'll close the.
The buffet?
Oftentimes I have people asking about the 50-50. Do I have to stay all night? So I'd kind of like to pull the 50-50 no later than the second break. And I'm going to ask people if they. I'm going to tell them you have to be present. I'm not going to try to write names on the tickets. Okay.
Usually that second break goes fairly late, isn't it?
That's,
10:30 or something?
I do everything after the first break. Do it all.
Pull the 50-50 at first break.
Get it all done.
Everything,
Yeah,
silent auction,
why not?
rifle raffle.
In the costumes.
People start getting
You'll
gone.
get their money quicker.
Yeah.
You'll get their money quicker that way. I mean, if they're interested, and you say, well, we're not drawing until the second break, well, honey, maybe we'll come back after we,
If we're gonna be here, we might get one.
All right,
There'll
so
be
we're going to
people
do all
leaving
that
as
at
soon as
first
you
break.
Yeah.
We're going to do silent auction, we're going to do 50-50, we're going to do rifle raffle, it's hard to say, rifle raffle, and costumes. We're going to do 4 things at the first break.
how about if I volunteer Kenny to coordinate with the DJ Eric about what needs to be done throughout the night, and you and I can get together separately. We can do it Saturday morning, get together. And you handle the DJ, because I'll be running around the room accommodating all of our guests, because I'm sure somebody's gonna have a thorn up there, you know what.
Are we positive that there are 2 breaks? They
It
start,
has been in the past, but I can get it clarified.
I'm just curious, but I know they start playing around 8, right?
Yes.
And that first break will come between 9 and 9:30,
Correct.
somewhere around there.
Probably close about
That's a
9:30.
good time to do everything at that point.
All right. Well, either way, if they only break twice, we're still good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So there's gonna be a DJ, then the band's gotta set up?
The band
No, it should be set
band will
up.
be set up.
They'll be set up to the
The
last
road
minute,
will
they'll
have
be ready to
been set
go.
up.
Oh, Oh, the van will be set up.
Yeah.
They'll be in Lexington, they'll be traveling with another set of equipment.
No, they'll break it
Now,
down.
they're doing the Lexington Barbecue Festival that day, so I would expect they'll break from there about 2 o'clock. They'll drive for an hour and a half, go to 3:30. They'll probably be to us by 4 o'clock or so. It takes them a good hour to set up and warm up, and so we'll be good.
Okay,
Somebody needs to remember in the parking lot, they need a space to park that 45-foot bus, and usually we like to park it at the road. So at the last minute, people say, oh, there's a band of us tonight, maybe we can get in. We certainly do have tickets.
So,
And I'm gonna set up to 30 tables regardless.
so DJ, band,
Yes.
first break, we do all the
Yeah.
silent auction and ticket.
And take this with you so Eric can thank our sponsors. We need to specifically make Tar Heel stand up and let everybody in the room know
Yeah.
they've been.
Anybody, if they need a last chance to sign up.
Okay.
Kelly, has that gone to press?
No.
Okay, I probably don't, I've been pressurizing my dentist was the only person I could think of to put the screws on.
But it will be today about 2 o'clock.
But he was out of power, he closed his office yesterday, so my hounding of him stopped, so it will be when?
2 o'clock today.
Okay, I'll give it one more shot, but probably won't manage to get him.
Go ahead.
Just a real quick follow-up to, the 250 we gave to Orlando, check cleared, Bob, so we cashed it. The 250 for the Orlando education, I just want to make sure, I thought national awards for you got paid too, because you had a question about that, so I just wanted to address a couple of questions.
Thank you. I had a request for funds, which I need to remember to talk about after we're done with the dance. I don't know, are we good?
I think we know what we're doing pretty much. We've done enough of them, so.
For setup on Monday, it's 9, right?
I'm sorry?
Set up on Saturday morning, it's at 9, you said, right?
Yeah, the tables will be set. We'll move them around a little bit.
Okay, all right.
We're gonna reposition some of them with the stage being repositioned for us for the first time, so we'll see how that, and then I have people that wanna sit here instead of here, so all that has to be
Okay.
orchestrated.
You'll have all the signs.
Kenny and I'll get together, yeah.
I won't be there Saturday morning.
Yeah, it's fine. When do you need my info by? Friday?
Thursday afternoon.
Thursday afternoon. When you leave? Thursday afternoon? Okay.
I'm going with 22 ROTC. My morning starts at 5 o'clock Saturday morning. Big 20 kids go to South Rowan for ROTC competition. Be back at 4 o'clock. Wash my arse. For you there. Wash my arse. Be over there at 6 o'clock.
Washing your arms for me?
Just to throw that in.
I'm not to think seriously about that.
Okay. So, one last thing to chat about, and then maybe some service in the dance. You may recall I made a request for funds for $100 for the Hunger Walk. I've had some response from the committee to review that, but I don't think I've seen everything. Frankly, I got distracted by the storm and then figuring out where we were going to meet. So probably next week, I'll ask the club formally, tell you what the committee decided and let you know about that. That's all I can think of that was hanging fire for old business.
Can I ask one thing? I'm sure we've got like 3 days and we've got these tickets left. Does anybody have some off the wall idea or whatever, how we can sell more tickets? We could maybe get another announcement on the radio, or I'll do an announcement.
Could be, but that's a great question, I think,
Friday they have a
for a
call.
discussion in the future. It would take some good brainstorming.
No, and I'm talking about between now and Saturday.
Between now and Saturday?
Friday, WHKY has their call-in calendar, and I don't know what the time is. Karen does the Humane Society report, like from 7 to 7.
I think it's 7.
And anybody can call in.
I had thought about at the last minute discounting the price of these tickets to fill the room, but I don't know if that's a good idea.
Yep, then
The way sales next week.
Does LR have a chance?
Yeah, we put that on the board months ago and then somebody took them all down. I put
We
3.
ought to run a couple Facebook.
I'll do another Facebook reminder.
Yeah, just another Facebook reminder.
I did
I
send out
think I've got
to
another
the
8 pending. To be honest, yeah, I think I've got 8. 8
We'll probably be down to about 40 tickets, and I don't think that was that far off from what we.
That village that opens once a year.
Oh, Hart Square?
Yeah, about half of my people said no, but they're going.
But it's over in the
Hart Square, yeah, but they go down there and party out, so they can't get there. They even offered rides, they're like, no.
That's why we moved to Valentine's Day. There's always gonna be something going on.
No, that's it.
Yeah.
This year, because it's always the 28th, I think it is, or whatever.
Well, everything has a season, so if we've used up our season on this type of venue, we can always move to a high-end jazz night.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Some,
But
some,
not a local band, like we do with the Band of Oz, get somebody at the top of the shelf, pay the money, and people come to dance and enjoy the evening.
definitely something for us to kick around after we see how this goes.
Well, we're committed through the next dance.
Yes, we're committed to seeing, absolutely.
Check is clear.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
Okay, I'm assuming everybody read, I'm assuming, the update I sent last time, in which I pretty much talked about last week's issue about, that Donald had brought up, about process and protocol.
Yes.
And I think I put in there, Donald was 100% correct, and I was not. And, but I think as long as we all understand that any kind of request, whatever it is, if somebody is sitting there with us, it needs to be tabled, and we need to discuss it and just not make a decision. And
Yes.
you're right.
Yeah, your president needs to apologize for that. When we were in high school, we had the good sense to send somebody out of the room for our club when we voted for president. You know, everybody leaves us, and I didn't have the good sense to do that. Donald kept trying. He did his absolute best to get my attention and the club's attention for what was going on. And frankly, when I watched the tape again, the video again, I was like, what the heck? And plus, it was chaos. And I realize now that I haven't been banging the gavel enough when it's club assembly. And I've been trying to do that this morning to keep us a little bit more. So, thank you once again.
When we have more than one conversation going on in the room, it's disrespect to your office as president. And number two, everybody doesn't get all the information. There's a conversation going over here that you and everybody else needs to know. There's one going over here that everybody needs to know. And we walk out of a meeting half-cocked because, and these people know one thing, these know another. And that's disrespectful. And, you know, we are all leaders in something. And I don't think that any of us came here to, because we needed a group. I think all of you were business leaders, owners, had some foundation or something going on before you met each other. And so it behooves us to show respect to each other. And that was a big part. I did not think we respected our guests. I kept trying to apologize to John because I wasn't trying to disrespect him, but we were going about what we were going about in the wrong way. And so I was trying to get the club to say, hey, come on, he doesn't need to be here as, you know, and be a part of this. He doesn't need to see this. This is family business. He doesn't need to be a part of this. This is disrespectful. And so I think that one thing we kind of need to work on, it was better today of showing respect for each other, to each other. Yeah.
Thank you.
Let me preface that by saying that he didn't realize I was going to do that. He came as a prospective member of Sunrise. But
He may thrive on chaos.
he said moving forward, if he could be considered for a dance, he would love to do our dance for us. It's a way to get his name out there, and 300 people can see that Market on Main did the food. But what happened was, prior to that, the 24 hours leading up to that, G and I were scrambling for, okay, we're going to do all these butts in Richard's backyard. Richard's not moving off his bed, which, by the way, he has not moved off his bed yet. And and then everything started to fall apart on the food. We said, we've got to do something quick. We've got to do something quick. So that's how that happened. He was a little embarrassed. He gave Austin and myself an earful.
Who?
John.
Get me in here, fool.
Well, he gave me-
Smack John around. Get me in here, fool.
But be that as it may, he still wants to come back and visit us again, and he said,
Bring
who put
him
you
back.
up to that? And I said, I did, because we didn't have any of the time to do anything, you certainly can't find a caterer on the ninth hour. And for him to do it for $7, you can't beat it. You can't
Oh,
beat
yeah,
it.
we
And
all
the type of
agree.
food he's doing, you can't beat it, so I said, you know what, let's give away the profit, let's make sure our people that join us for our dances are satisfied, and of course, you know, I just got an update, there's only, through last week, there's only $9,500 in the bank.
In the bank
One
deposit.
that did it,
That's what it's gonna take to produce
Yeah.
the dance. So whatever we take in today,
Yeah.
today,
And I got some stuff in the mail yesterday.
and up to the 50/50 and all that, it'll probably be a $3,000 to $4,000 gain, but it's still a gain. And it beats the heck out of selling cigarettes.
Absolutely. We all agreed at the
Yeah.
meeting that it was a good idea to have John provide the food. Donald's
Yeah.
point was we were just very
I get
sloppy
that.
in how we did it.
I get that.
And we're gonna learn from it. We are, as I said in an email a while ago, we are adolescent in our club. And as adolescents, we're making the same kind of dumb decisions that 18 to 21-year-olds do. But we're getting better, we're growing up. And I hope we don't have to become so sneaking formal that we lose our identity, but we need a little less chaos. Speaking of Donald, I hope you all saw the email about Donald speaking at Union Square for the vigil, and it's going to happen, and Donald's going to let us know. Do you know yet when it's going to? No. Donald's going to let us know when it's rescheduled. It'd be really good for those of us that can. It'll probably be a noontime thing. In the past, it has been.
It may be, they may wait until, I think it's around March that they have the actual new
Okay.
awarding,
Uh-huh.
and they wait until then.
Okay. So watch for that. Yes.
Just one thing is, there at the Everett Chevrolet this morning, there's going to be from 7 to 9, there's a free breakfast for veterans, for any veterans. They want to do this once a month if they get enough turnout, so.
Excellent. Did you know about that, Rick?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're leaving here and go there.
Okay, good. Yeah, Gene.
Just real quickly, I apologize if I'm talking while people are talking. If someone has an idea when I can do business and take money, and I'm happy to do it, but I want to make sure I'm clear, I'm not trying to be rude to anybody. I don't think anyone's saying that. But if someone's got a good idea on how I can do, you know, what I need to do.
I think you keep doing the way you're doing it, and we're fine.
I'm just saying, during the meeting, I do talk, I'm trying to, and so I want to make sure I'm clear. I'm not trying to be smart or disrespectful. I'm trying to get business done in the amount of time that I've got to do it. So I do apologize if that has been an issue. I just want to say, if y'all got a better idea, I'm all ears about how to do that.
No, I don't think.
Your conversation is one-on-one and it's quiet.
Well, I'm
When you have a group meeting,
right.
if you have a group meeting over here, you out of order because these guys can't hear what you're saying.
I understand. I just want to make sure that I'm okay, or if there's some alternative, I'm all ears, please.
No, you're fine.
I'm going around handing you
Because I'm going
You good.
Okay, I'll try not to miss.
Rick, Veterans Day, Saturday, November 11th. You know, a function or functions going on at the club would be interested in.
Off the top of my head, I don't. That's just some of the things that Jim and I talk about with our group on Wednesday and on Friday morning. Not aware of anything right now. However, if you know a veteran who needs some work done around his or her house because they can't get it done, Discovery Church has an outreach that they contacted me and they're interested in just helping a veteran on that day. So if you know somebody who needs some help, let me know, address or whatever, I'll let Discovery Church know and they can send some folks out. So that's one outreach thing they're doing on Veterans Day. Other than group meetings and speeches and stuff, I'm not aware of any right now.
I think they've done the Elks normally do, is the Elks downtown.
Usually in the evening, don't they, Jim? I think.
Usually like 6 or
6
7:30.
o'clock in the evening, yes.
One or the other, I'm not sure what they're gonna do this year. We haven't heard from Charlene for a while.
Not months, so we don't know.
We brought that up at church council last night. Said, shame on us, why didn't Discovery Church think of that before we did?
Yeah. All right, so we've made it to 8 o'clock. Is there anything else we need to talk about?
Thank you for getting this place for us.
Yeah, that was good.
Quick, thanks.
In that case,
Of the things we think, say, or do, is it the truth? Is it fair